Good evening, everybody. Pi is $2.50 in Jamaica and $3 in the Bahamas. These are the Pi rates of the Caribbean. Very important to know the Pi rates. Yeah, so, hello, good evening. Hydrate. No, it was pyrate, not hydrate. How you doing, young nasty man? How are you doing? Let's see. Let's get more of this going for the time being. Alright, so, things to do tonight. The pirates need to hydrate too. Nah, nonsense. What do we want to work on first here? Let's see. So, gold-wise, we have 58 plus 5 more waiting to be smelted. So we're getting close to our target to finish off this wall. I think what I want to do first is make some more tanks. I want to test whether or not, or how easily, maybe the part of this as well. I want to test if we can use, if we can store, number one, if we can store steam in these tanks, and if we can use this pump, maybe even just these fluid pipes entirely, to pass steam from a tank into them. So first of all, we need to make more... I bet we need pig iron too. I did not actually fully... Yeah, we're going to need a bunch of pig iron here as well. Let's say we want to make 50... let's say 24 of these. Let's see how... that's a lot of... that's a lot of copper. How much copper? It's a lot of copper, but we have enough copper to do that. Let's put this copper away. How much glass do we need? We need We need 16 blocks. We have 4 right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that many is what we need to cut down. So let's start by doing that. We're going to end up using these tanks regardless, because I do want the steam built up even more. We do have a short stream tonight because we have some Sanity Lost recording on the plan for this evening. So that's going to be a thing. We need 36 pig iron. Let's kick this off. Whoops. And this should be okay. Making all of that. We're gonna need some coal dust to go with that. That way we get a good bit of extra here. So let's get this started. I guess I should probably wait till this actually lights up before I do too much here. Actually, these are relatively small recipes. It should be fine. Do, 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 do. And then we need 93 copper made into plates as well. So let's see. more. Alright, so all of this needs to get made into plates. These are 6 seconds apiece. That's not too bad. I can't do too much of this until the furnace is the boiler is actually up to temp. Okay, so we need to let's see, just trying to make sure I map this right. I guess if I set this up to do I should put one more, since I've got spots that need all of the steps that I have available here. Okay, so we need press. Press, place, press. Okay. I only need 6 pipes total. Don't read the second message out loud. The second message being the one immediately prior to this one. I mean, this is basically just Factorio. Except in 3D with different machines. So not at all Factorio. But almost like Factorio, but different. Almost entirely different than Factorio. I mean, it's not like I don't play Factorio, too. That's making progress. I didn't grab the plates that this made. I think this gets me to 5 pipes. Done. I see. Whoops. No, this is nothing like Satisfactory. This doesn't even slightly resemble Satisfactory in any way. What's Satisfactory, anyway? Satisfactory? Sounds like a nerd's game. Okay, so this is enough to do the small pipes. And then we need them. We need 12 additional plates to make the normal pipes. Okay, so these plate press twice. We'll go like that. There we go. Now I can do both parts of this. There's our iron dust. We'll get that mixing in a second. Alright, that's good to go. So my goal here is to find out if we can use the create tank to store steam to satisfy the or to be able to stockpile for our other stuff, for the other machines that we need. It's very loud. Okay, so that should be all of the pipes. Now we need 6 plates turned into foil. Umapioi cannot be silent. How dare. I checked earlier, and the wood is doing pretty good at keeping up with this setup. So I'm happy with that. Let's foilize this batch of plates. Now we can go like so, and we get a few extra pipes above what we need to make this stuff. Start that cooking. We need 22 of that, additional to what we have so far. We can make the rods. Let's go ahead and get the pig iron rods made. Time for you to drive. Have fun driving or something. There are 2 things that I want from having a tank for our steam buffer. 1, I want a bigger buffer. And 2, I want to be able to more easily be able to feed more boilers into it. This. There's those. Almost enough. Pig iron done. Do. I don't know how much we'll end up getting done tonight. We're still partially waiting on getting enough gold to finish the wall before we get too much more progression that way. That is happening reasonably quick. But it does... We're not super fast at it yet. So let's find... so I'm sure that these can take steam. I guess I can do a quick test of that first. Yeah, so these can definitely take steam. How most easily can I test the other parts that I need to test here? Let's put water in here. Let's just let that go, and hopefully the steam is sufficient. Okay, so we have a bucket of water in the tank. Now what I'm curious about... I don't have any other pipes available at the moment. I have one. This will do for our testing purposes. Okay, those connect. Okay. So this is good. So we can use this to push water into these pipes. That's fine. So this effort will yield what we're after. Which basically, the idea here is that I can have the steam boilers feed into a tank with a pump like this to push out of the tank into the pipes. Because this should be fine to take the steam out of the tank into the lead fluid pipes. Are these cheaper? 22 copper per 12. Technically, these are slightly cheaper, but I don't know if they have any sort of temperature or throughput limitations. I guess I need to do the other plates. Alright, so we're going to let this drain off. We're going to move all of this over to that area over there to run off wood chips when we're needing it. There's chickens in my ears. How you doing, Roswell? What did I not make? I'm pretty sure I made... What happened? I'm confused as to what happened. Because I'm pretty sure I made enough to end up with 21 fluid tanks. I don't know what happened there. 7 times 3, 21. Don't know what happened exactly, but we'll fix it. There should still be enough steam left in the system here, I think. These go in here. How did I still end up with less than I was supposed to? Wait a minute. Oh. Oh. That's a big oops. How you doing? How about that, Pac-Man? Yeah, that's about right. That's a big whoops. I didn't realize that doing these on the Mechanical Crafter got me twice as many of them. That's a real big oops. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to make do with that. Ow. I just got sawed. Okay, so now we have 4... That's probably enough for the time being. Okay, so for the steam, we'll pull off of this pipe to drive the boilers. If I do this right, I can just feed and just set this to drive the output pump off of this. So let's see. I need a gear shift or a gearbox thing. Let's see. Gearbox. Let's that off. Shaft pieces. Alright, so what we'll do here... So this will be output. And I'll feed the steam output into here. Whoa. How's it going, Lycum? Alright, well, 64,000 is still a decent start for a steam tank. I'm doing alright. Just, doing a little bit of fighting with, create, as is typical. Okay. We'll leave that so that it's trying to push into the tank for the time being. Because until we actually have this fully set up, we don't want it to be spitting steam out. Let's go pick up our machines. Love some create. This is probably one of the mods that I have done the absolute least with. I've never really done a lot with it. Let's see, where's one of my charcoal boxes that I can stuff all this in? It probably shows. It's almost a shame to waste that charcoal, or that steam rather. Whoops. My wrench broke. This monstrosity back here. This monstrosity is taking... It makes you look like a child playing with alphabet blocks. How you doing, Llama Boy? This monstrosity is ultimately taking pebbles from this stone barrel, splitting them between two different presses to make cobblestone. This one makes lava from the cobblestone and feeds it back into the barrel. And then the upper part of this is taking wood from the tree farm to make wood chips to feed this whole thing. And, well, it's, I think the best that can be said of it is that it's functional. And this pipe here is one of the ones I'm most proud of because it clips with the crushing wheel. And then I even have two intersecting with the crushing wheel here. So that's like doubly good. This set takes the cobblestone that's made here and breaks it down to gravel. Then the gravel gets broken down to sand and the flint and clay, because why not? I don't know why it makes those, but it does. And then the sand gets broken down to dust. So this now is my primary resource production for this pack. And then the gravel and dust in particular go over to that machine to be sifted into ores and stuff. Let's see here. Let's say here is where we'll start our line of machines. And let's use these for the moment, because I have a bunch of them, and I don't have a bunch of lead pipes. You know, it's a shame that I don't have more iron plates at the moment. This says pick is okay. It's down there now. I might as well recover... it's a good thing that didn't fall into the void. That would have been very annoying. Recover a few of these pipes. My water supply is from these three primitive pumps. Let's see. So I want to bring... Maybe I put these up a block and have the fuel coming in underneath. That's a bad idea. Hurry, grab some water. that on a single bucket of water is very brave. If I were to connect from the side, I don't have a wrench to plug this in yet. Alright, we just have to waste a little bit of iron. We need 4 plates. 2, 3, 4. We have 7. Seven pipes to get the water over here. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exactly enough. Okay, we're getting water. This should go into the tank. Let's get this going, and then I can get the other devices shifted over here that we have currently available to us. And figure out exactly how I want to add multiple boilers to this. May not even bother for a while, because 64,000 steam theoretically will run a while. I should make sure that I have this window handy so I can see when D-Pain is starting to suggest that we're ready to do things. That might be helpful, given that that's what we're supposed to be doing tonight. Alright, let's go get to the other steam machine that we currently have available. Okay, no extra outputs. 90. What happened? Is that really using... Oh, this backfed steam. Okay, well, that's a problem. Don't leave. You're not even fully awake yet. I'm not leaving now. Let's see. Okay. We'll capture the steam that this thing is currently making. And then this thing has to go in a different spot because the current setup will not work that way. So I need... It would probably be best if I just bring the water in underneath. Because I know it can't backfeed water... Or backfeed steam downwards. So if I do that... Let's see here. If we plan on the water coming in from below, we put the boilers on both sides here. We'll start with a item pipe there for wood chips. Is going to be the plan for that. Okay, then we're going to take water this way. We'll have this come up like so. As soon as this boiler cools down again. It's getting close. It'll go here. And then we'll have output steam on top feeding into this tank. Close enough. Ah, I see. So I can't put it there. Do I need to move... Would I be better off to just move this tank over one more block? I think that might be the better answer here. Give myself a little bit more room. I don't know. Oh, that's why it's outputting that way. Shaft here. Here. Really? Why does it not do what I expect it to do? Ever. Like, it never wants to do what I expect it to... Never wants to behave the way I expect it to behave. I blame Llama Boy for this problem. Don't know why it's Llama Boy's fault, but somehow... Okay, so that part's done. boiler. Output. And power. Okay, for now, hand feeding charcoal's fine. We'll connect into the wood chips line. I don't know how much of these steam boilers I can pull in addition to what I'm doing right now with the wood chips. The water is probably mostly okay at this point. That was not as full as I thought it was. And we're still not making enough here. I can add an additional ring of dirt. I could even actually fill this all the way to the middle to make it easier to do the rest of the setup here. Your eyes are barely open. You see how it is, or don't see, as the case may be. So it might be a good idea to soon look at adding another ring to this tree farm, even though the rings get smaller as they go further in. Let's get some, let's give it a little bit of help there. Let's see. 95%. For the time being, let's just hook this back up the way that we had it. That'll last a while. Okay. So once this fills, I probably want to not use this pipe because this pipe I don't think actually has a buffer to it. I think we're better off using lead or maybe even potent pipes once we get those opened up to us, so we can use the pipes as an extra buffer on this side. I would like to be able to just pump directly out of one of these tanks, but that's not an option at this point. On the plus side, we can stand on this pipe. This is so I can put the additional steam engines right here when we make them. We'll take this out for the moment, though. So we'll have the 2 more steam engines here, and then we'll do another 4 just above this. The steam is getting filled up nicely. And we'll be able to make more boilers to satisfy our needs here. For now, I'm going to call that project basically done for the time being. We'll definitely need more as we go, but for now, that's good. Good enough. We can put this back over so we don't fall in. And with that, let's clear our pockets and get more material processed here. So what I've been doing now that we have this set up to make the gravel and everything, is I just come over here and let's take this much gravel, 6 stacks of gravel. You can see it's kicked into production to replace what I took. We bring this over here. This box is currently empty. We take all of this, toss it in there, and then we stand back a little bit, let this run through. And as it runs through, I just occasionally pick up all of the pebbles. And start running the compress button on them to make blocks. And when the entire batch of gravel is done, then I'll have all of these compressed. I'll put all of these blocks in this box to start processing, and the leftover pebbles will go into this box, which then gets them run through this basin to compress what they can. And this way works pretty quick. It doesn't take too long to go through the batches of gravel, and this typically has been giving me like a stack, a little over a stack of each of the crushed materials, like a stack of magnetite and so forth. And I think another 1 to 2 stacks of magnetite. We might have enough. We might have enough gold to make the mechanical crafters that we need. I could just take all of these pebbles and dump them in there, but that's also a little bit slow overall. Looks like we're down to 64 more gravel to go. It does go pretty quick overall. I'm pretty happy overall with the way this works. I think with the new system, the replacement for this, I want to build it so that it doesn't have... it's not going to do any of the regular meshes, the string meshes. It's only going to do the second tier mesh. And because of that, it'll be able to... it won't need to have this part set up for it. And what I'll do is instead, on the output, I'll have a... I'll just have a filter that pulls these off of the belt when I'm running the gravel. And that will put these back up to run to make the chunks and the chunks. So I guess while that's running through those, we should start working on making the sifters and some of the other... Not sifters, sieves. Some of the other stuff that we need here. So we need 16 sieves. That's fine. This... Okay, so we need... not that much sticks. Then we need planks and slabs. Saw. Okay, there's those. Okay, so that's where the meshes will be. So that's all refilled. That's almost refilled. It's not too shabby, the pace that refills. Getting the resource production moved over here will make our life a lot more convenient as well. Alright, so... there's magnetite. Did we really only get a less than half a stack of magnetite? Blackstone. Oh, there's still more blackstone to go. It did not put those materials in there quite as orderly as it generally tends to do. I could probably use chopping down more into planks here as well. Okay, so hopefully... Probably need another 2 of those, and probably by tomorrow I'll have enough to fill this in. Doesn't seem likely that we'll have enough tonight. Just hunch says. This all really needs to be simplified. And really could be simplified quite easily, apart from connecting power to the crafting wall. Yeah, it'll be later. Oh, look at that. 30,000 steam. Alright, so this will help this process a lot. Alright, so with that in mind... next machine-wise thing I want to do is this primitive blast furnace. I don't know for sure what this will ultimately take over. Lets us make tempered glass and some wrought iron related things. Oh, pig iron becomes wrought iron with the coke or other coals. But let's put this in. Alright, so these. Well, hello, squirrel. You're playing a dangerous game. That's the first time I've seen one of you little guys sitting out there trying at the cat's water dish. I have just outside my office window, there's a neighborhood cat that comes around regularly. So, and came around more frequently when I started giving or setting water out for him. Let's see, is this right? Yeah, this is fine because I've got clay balls. I'll end up skipping that part. I can also make clay balls pretty easily. But with the cat coming around regularly, I figured I'd get it a little platform outside that it can keep the food and water up off the ground a little bit, as well as make it easier so I can see him and admire him and all that, because kitties are pretty. And generally, cats also keep the squirrels away from causing problems, so win-win. And there's a squirrel that was just hopped up on that little platform looking at the food and water dishes like, it's a dangerous game. You're sitting around there. 2 more gold. Not too bad. I'm saving the magnetite dust towards making magnets and stuff for electricity when we get that far, because I think we're kind of close. Let's see. So we need to grind up a total of 70 brick dust. We need a total of 140 fire bricks. And of that, we need 12 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. And 6 clay balls. Because I've already made a bunch of that stuff. Look at all that steam. We need to make 4 batches of iron plates. Let's do that. So we got extra plates for other stuff. At least this way I can also see better how big of a buffer I actually have. But I think I do want to switch these to regular iron pipes at some point. While this is running, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in a minute. All right. Iron plate's done. Let's see. We need to run 2 of those plates through the saw. Do I turn this off for now? I think we want to turn this off for... Why did you change settings, though? My headphones decided to tell me that, hey, you're 80% battery now. But then they also changed the audio settings. Somehow. But they didn't... They changed the mode, but didn't change the mode. Squirrel is back. You are really gutsy there, Squirrel. I don't think my feline friend is going to be very happy with you being up on his box. You probably don't want to camp out there. You, go. That food is not for you. Yes, I know it has 80% battery left. You just told me that. Ah, silly technology. Alright, so this is going to still run for a while, because it's got, like... It's got a stack of charcoal in there. This is full. These pipes are full. It's getting filled up. We got a nice buffer to work with. Alright, so... I've got those. I just need to run these through here. You should be able to smell that there is cat. You have that tail all bushied out like you know that there is danger and are still willing to hang out here with the danger. It's like... You can have the water. I don't care about the water. You leave the food alone, you silly squirrel. I don't want to be feeding the squirrels. Why? Oh, this needs to be pressed. Do 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 do. It's not very bright of you to be going after even the food, but... Or after the water, but if you want that... Alright. Let's see. This... Then this gets turned into... Okay, so I think the next thing I need to do after... Did I make the iron rods? I did not make the iron rods yet, so I need 2 of these to make screws. Then I need... I think I have the 3 reinforced stone bricks. I have 1. So I need... I need to make 1 more stone brick. Which I can toss 4 stone into... Do I have those stone bricks? Did I end up with any extra of those? Ah, here's a stone brick. Save that time. So now I just need the nuggets. We need mud bricks, which I know we have a lot of. Where are those? I could have sworn I had a bunch of mud bricks already made. Oh, there they are. Mud bricks. Cobble. How's it going, Cold Bike? Welcome in. I do not have quite enough iron nuggets. File, hammer. Can't complain. I need some sticks. Speaking of sanity loss, that's what we're recording tonight. That. Slabs. Do you have some of those? Okay, there's that part. These go in here. Apparently I still need 2 rods. Oh, that's little extra rods, that's fine. Finally got enough gold for 9 autocrafters. The rabbit hole to get to the pump. I mean, the 9 autocrafter, or crafting mechanical crafters is kind of the first... It really is the first kind of gateway to get more, to really start getting things rolling. It does take a lot of stuff. If you hadn't already made coke ovens before you got those, then yeah, I can see where that's more of a rabbit hole to get those to make the creosote. I made these to make the charcoal, so that I had charcoal for cooking stuff. Because the tiny charcoal chunk stuff was just terrible. Okay, so we need to make a bunch of concrete to make the rest of this stuff. So 9 batches. We need 27 stone dust. We need 9 of those. 9 of those. Made a coke oven, but you need to make some more. Yeah, there's really not a lot of make it easier until you kind of are able to start building some of the create stuff. Get some of the create contraptions going. I built this at... when I had 8 of the mechanical crafters done. That's when I made the super glue to make this tree farm. Just to get the extra saplings to make water before I could get the pump. These all go in here. We need a bucket. We might as well get 2 buckets. I'm going to have to deal with this squirrel. The squirrel keeps coming back. I mean, the cat will deal with the squirrel eventually if it stays bold enough to be in this area. I know the cat will definitely go after it. Whether it goes after it successfully or not, that's a different question. The last time it was around, the squirrel more or less got the better of the cat because it basically was hiding at the top of the pillar where the cat couldn't actually reach it. You got a tree farm. Trying to get stuff slightly easier. Bunch of crucibles hooked up to a pump. Yeah, so that was the first automated water that I had, but getting the primitive pump online is so much better. And I did use slightly unhealthy obsession for squirrels. I mean, squirrels are kind of cute. They're just not great for being around a house. I just don't want them around the house because they can be very destructive in that way. The primitive pump... So before I had the primitive pump, I had... Where this cobblestone was, I had lava. I eventually had lava under 6 of the crucibles, which did okay, but it still took so many saplings to make water. Okay, so we got those. Now over here we go. I need plates, screws. So we got brick, plate, brick. Brick in the bottom with the screw on either side. I see how I ended up with the wrong amount of stuff. And then rod, blast furnace, rod. Yeah, I never ended up I didn't make shears early. I do have a pair of shears now, but I was still feeling like the iron and everything else was just taking so much effort to make that I didn't want to use it for that. Okay, so we have our primitive blast furnace, which lets us make... See, this is suggesting crude wrought iron into the wrought iron. But we can also make pig iron into wrought iron. And we can make crude cast iron. And we can make potent. So potent is lead, tin, and copper. And what great things does that open to us? It does open the world of potent pipes, which look pretty good. I don't know what else that really gets us at the moment, but let's see. What does this actually replace anything? No, this does not actually replace anything as it stands. The steeled blast furnace replaces this one, though. So with that in mind, we'll put this here. I think this was supposed to go second layer. Yeah, that was definitely supposed to be second layer. Oh, I didn't realize that would go back in so easily. Okay, formed. We now have a primitive blast furnace. Oh yeah, that's... Yeah, the redstone servos are definitely much pre-steel. I have lots of those already, and I still don't have real steel at this point. Let's see. So we have a PBF. I probably need to make at least one more pump before too long. What else? What do we want to work on next here? So steel blast furnace takes... Because this would be a direct upgrade to this. Let's see. Steam extractor... I think needs the redstone alloy, or the red alloy ingots. Yeah, steam extractor needs pistons, which need the red alloy, which ultimately means we need a steam casting array to make those. Let's take a look at what we have. Got another half stack of magnetite. I would really love to have a lot more magnetite because that has the best gold production rates for us at this point. I think we need 90. We need 90 something gold, I think. Let's put this in again. 28 of these, I think I need. Yeah, 28 because we have 21. And we need 49. So we need 84 gold. We need 84 gold. We have 58 plus 7 currently. And that's assuming that we don't screw up in the process, but I think we'll manage. Let's see. So... I guess I could make some tin pipes, maybe? Do I not have tin? Oh, there's the tin. Let's go... make a bunch more tin plates. Yeah, it would be very cruel if they point to the primitive pump here before you get to steel. That would be very, very cruel. Let's see. So crude cast iron in the PBF is pig iron and coal. Pig iron. Let's make 4 of this for the moment. Yeah, I will say that I have missed alternate recipes before as well. Not only on this pack, but also on Modi Project E. For the Modi Project E playthrough that I on Expert that I'm partially through, that I am undecided if I'll go back to, I thought I ran into a circular dependency and missed a alternate recipe for one of the components that was part of that loop. That would have broke me out of the loop, but now it's already been like over a month since I last played on it, and I don't really feel like going back into it. Okay, so we're making some crude cast iron. We can make some tempered glass after that, just to make it. We'll make one because I don't know how much of that I need right now. Okay. So we have these crude cast iron. Cast iron dust. Ah, I see. So to get cast iron right now, I have to make a bunch of this crude cast iron, grind it down, and then I can get cast iron, which I guess just goes back in a blast furnace? Surely it can't be restricted to just running a regular blast EBF. That would be terrible. What's the point in making this cast iron dust if I have to have an EBF to cook it? So that, I know we're going to need the tempered glass eventually. Look at how many things that cast iron ends up going to. What is this depending on that I haven't done? Low pressure steam machines? What does it need? Cast iron nuggets. Steam casting array. It must need... The cast iron must have to be made from nuggets. Which is really annoying. Okay, so... Let's say, if this needs to be made from cast iron nuggets, liquid cast iron. Oh. Oh. So with this, I don't need to make it from nuggets, but I do need the steam casting array so I can cast liquid cast iron as ingots, or I think just ingots, because I don't have a way of making nuggets. I have an ingot cast mold, or an ingot cast, but not the other. Okay, so that's gonna mean... That means that I need to have my steam casting array... I think this needs to go somewhere else. Because I'm gonna need... either here or like right in this area, I'm going to need to be able to put the steam casting array. Because it's got to be convenient to run pipes from here. Because we're going to have stuff over here. Okay, good to know. So I guess in terms of that part of progression, the next thing I need to work on... let's see. Steam casting array. One of these. How's it going, Si? Basin. Double brass, like so. Brass screws. Okay, that's the 3-2 for plates. 3-2 for plates. Crafting 2 stacks of IV chips by hand. Wait, IV or LV? LV would make sense. It's got to be L. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, great. That's not what I wanted to do. Steam casting array. One of those. Get that back. Why am I not seeing what I was looking at? That recipe... I think we have all of these expanded out properly now. So what do we need? Oh my! 837 copper. That project's gonna take a little while. Huh. Let's see. Did I see that this took a steam kiln somewhere in the process? I thought I saw a kiln. It takes a regular kiln. Oh, no, that's just cooking the glass. I see. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, this is the entire multi-block. So, like, this is... all of the casings, all the pipes, everything that it needs to make the entire multi-block. Which, if you hadn't seen this before, when you're looking at the multi-block, so like this is the machine that I was just looking at components for. When you're looking at the multi-block, you can use the recipe tree just like you would for any other machine or for any other craft, to get all of the components for that multi-block all at once. I think this comes into play, or it becomes more useful with default, where applied energistics is actually a thing. I mean, technically we can get applied energistics, it's just not going to be anytime soon. But one of the things that is in the A2 setup for this pack is a completion circuit, which basically, as soon as all the components are done, then it will mark the rest. The craft is complete, so it makes it much easier to have synthetic crafts for stuff like, I want to make everything for this multi-block, and have all of that just work. Yeah, that's going to take a while. Let's move... I don't want to move that yet. We have about an hour, a little over, just over an hour to work with here. Potent. Can I make some potent just to have this done? I need potent dust. 6 copper, 2 tin, 1 lead. Six copper, 2 tin. That's galena, not lead. One lead. It does. It is there. So in the minerals and digitization, there's not much of it in here, but there's the Fluix crystal and Fluix ME glass cable. That's the extent of what is in the quest book for hard, for applied energistics. I think technically these can be made earlier, but not by a whole lot. It may be possible to get some semblance of AE2 up before that, but I'm honestly, for my playthrough, I don't think I'm going to worry about setting up anything AE2 for this. Assuming that I get onto this last page, my intent really is somewhere in early in this technology page to start putting together some of the factory links and start figuring out how that stuff, all of the factory link stuff works. Because I think the factory links are at least reachable. And I don't know about the rest of the mess. Potent dust. Low heat. I still have... It made bronze. Wait, where did it go? I made bronze dust. My plan, when 2.9 actually releases, which is probably going to be about... My guess is probably on the order of about a month and a half to 2 months from now. My plan is to split time between GT&H and this. When I finish this, I might start a new StarTech save on regular. That is undecided, but there are some machines... There are a lot of the multi-blocks that this has that are not GT&H and vice versa. And, like, Komaru. Like the stuff to make the Komarus. Let's see, where is... let's see. This thing. The Komaru is absolutely massive. It looks amazing, but one of the components to this... Where is it? Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Komaru plating, where is it? Yeah, I'm not. This is one of the ones that I really want. the Kato Shrine because it just looks cute. It's adorable. I love it. Um, I want these multi-blocks, so yes, exactly. And GTNH has some really big multi-blocks as well, but they're just different style of machines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 210. And now that the lead is in there, maybe it will be cooperative and mix this properly. But yeah, I want to make some of the cool big multi-blocks as well. And for GTNH, I'm undecided still if I'm going to run... See, I'm clever. I'm undecided if I'm going to run just straight GTNH or if I'm going to wait for Twist Tech to be available. It did it again. Okay, I can blast furnace this to cook it, so at least there's that. Might as well do that. You're hoping for one of the GTNH ones. Well, I mean, you got like 60 options now, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I need to make... Let's see. Let's do this time. I'm clearly very clever as I attempt to make this potent for the third time. Let's see. That'll clear that. Steam compressor and steam furnace I should make just to clear the quest, but I'm not... I need to make these just to clear the quest. I'm not hooked on needing them at any level. We're at cast iron, so we need to be able to make cast iron, which means we need the steam casting array, which means we need to start working towards making that steam casting array. What else does this need? Crude wrought iron. Crude wrought iron is behind the steam casting array. Looks like you needed that rolled over for what felt like 20 minutes while listening to stream, and an hour passed. Magic? Okay. I think we're getting potent this time. This can go back... that mode on here. Start making potent. Sleep! Yeah, sleep is overrated. Alright, so that's done. We have the option of making diesel engines at some point soon. I don't... We'll make one for the quest, but I don't anticipate switching to them anytime soon, if at all. I feel like the Steam configuration that we have going here is pretty strong. And I don't feel like we necessarily need the diesel engines at this point. So that's another thing checked off. Steam kiln. 234 copper ingots to make a steam kiln. more than that because this block is not tagged. Anything else missing? Yeah, that's a lot of copper. I clearly need to be processing a lot more material. So those are definitely not happening until I get the 49 of these to make the better meshes. So I guess what we could do at this stage is we could start working towards just making all of the components, even though we don't have all the gold yet. Okay, we're just going to take all of this gravel over here to start feeding in. Do it real quick before ending stream. It's only 1,000 copper for both. Yeah. If I didn't have other plans tonight, I might be able to get one of those done. I do need to be a little bit careful with how much gravel I put up here at once, because it will fill up this box.
Drink!
Don't wanna. Yeah, so we'll work on getting that through. Let's see, how much... We got 116 copper right now. The sphalerite here will make a little bit more copper. I do need to process more iron through as well. You pressed a button. Yes, you did. I should have fully emptied my pockets. Empty that. And this is a lot of this pack. Grab material. Compress it. Repeat. Okay, we have a stack of blackstone. Nearly, I would have liked to have gotten a lot more blackstone out, but was not to be, apparently. Why do I have so many more? Oh, I guess there's 2 extra. Yeah, I guess that's right. Alright, so... that started... You're going to revisit GTNH as harder. Revisit it in which way? Admit that it's not? Alright, so all of the gold needs to be platified. Let's see. Let's bring this back up. We need 28 of these, which means we need 112 big cogs. We need 109 more big cogs. The end is finished, therefore it's harder to reach the end goal. However, this is impossible to finish, not hard. I mean, this pack isn't impossible. It's just a massive, massive grind. So I need 109 shaft pieces to make large cogwheels with. Large cogs are ultimately just pokey. Which means I need a total of 218 planks for that step. So that's 128. It's only impossible because it's still a work in progress. I mean, it may or may not get further development too. That's the real kicker. So let's see, 108 or 109 minus 1 or 128 minus 109. I need to take out 9, 19. $64 and $45. Okay, so 64 and 45. All right, so we put those in there, those in there. Those in there. Impossible is harder to do than something that's hard. Yes. All right, so that's done. The big cogs are done for our stuff here. I need 7 more crafting benches. So for that part, I need saw, axe, and knife, and the canvas. Dang it. Llama Boy admits defeat. The world will never be the same. Iron saw. Do, do, do. Okay. That should be plenty of crafting benches. That's going to be a lower step in the mix here. We need to make a bunch of screws. Like 84 iron plates to make screws. Yes, that's all of those that we need. We need 76 more small cogs. That should cover the small cogs. And plates can go back in here for the moment. Iron plate can go in here. I do not have enough iron cooked right now. We'll cook a stack of the magnetite. Will get us enough. We need 84 copper to be turned into brass.
Get up on the Hydra's back!
How's it going, Jaffa? That was 60, not 20, like I thought it was. Okay, so there's our copper. We need 28 zinc. And that's all going to make brass that we're then going to make into plates. Let's see. Double check this is not turned on. Start superheating. Looking after Bub today. Oh. We actually used all the steam. Actually used the entire tank of steam. Now I need to let this recover a bit. I guess I could make as many of these precision mechanisms as I have material for, but I don't know if I want to do that part. I do want to try and get the brass casings done. Okay, so all of the cogs we require are now complete and in this box. So that step's good to go. Oh. If we do this way... If we do this way, we don't need as many of the treated wood frames. So that's a nice touch. Bit of a pain to make them on the wall, but all right, so we have the crafting benches, we have the cogs, we have 84 brass. Let's see. Let's just move a bunch of this wood over here just to fill in the box and keep this running. I had a parent-teacher interview for her yesterday. She apparently tries to console her peers when they're upset. Well, that sounds like a good kid. That sounds like a pretty good kid to me. We are draining off of here a little bit. So I think we are going to need the third ring on here. Floor. Two. This fill in. Okay. I don't know. It's one of those things that kids are all different. I'm not gonna get too worried about finishing this project right this minute because we've got plenty of wood to keep things running for the time being. We're not draining too much. Headphones? Why? Oh, I see. Because scam call. Hello, headphones. Can we switch back to normal mode? Headphones, why? Quit changing out of the adaptive mode that I want you in. Why does it even change that? Settings. I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. I really wish I knew why my Momentum 4s were doing weird stuff more lately than they were previously. I've had them for quite a while, and they've behaved really well overall, until recently they've just decided, oh no, we want to do all sorts of weird stuff. Alright, let's get the last of the gold plates that we have available done. We have approximately 40 or so minutes left tonight. There's that. And then I need to platify this brass. These are 6 seconds each, so they're not quite as... I think they're a little bit faster than the gold. A little bit faster, not by much. A third of the time, actually. Do. Okay, so these are all going towards the brass casings. And then I need to platify a bunch of iron to make screws. And let the steam build up a bit more again. I need 84 iron total to be platified. These take 6 seconds each as well. Wonder if it'd be worth making this tank 3x3. I would need 10 more tank blocks to do it. Let's see. Acacia performing Cannibal. I don't... Wait, this is supposed to be in my queue, but I don't remember this song. I don't remember it. So... I mean, a lot of my songs are weird, but that was, a little more weird than I anticipated, but, such is life. More confident walking on her feet. As long as you get where you're going, it's fine. Alright, so we're working through those plates. So right now we need 18 more gold ingots towards the, towards this project. Let's put these in here for the moment. Yeah, we're gonna let that build up properly again. Let that go while we put these in the wall. Oh, good. We did get more magnetite. Alright, so we only need 18 more gold to get all of them, so we're getting close. Ecorb! How you doing, Ecorb? Welcome in.
Drink! Drink! Drink!
Don't wanna. How you doing, friend? Welcome in to the Sanity Lost pre-show. Fighting a headache. Well, don't let it win. I'm doing pretty good. Getting ready to record some Sanity Lost here shortly. It should be the final episode of the season. Unless something really crazy happens. Yeah, I am opening and closing chests. Am I not supposed to be opening and closing chests? Okay, that's done. I guess that's all the Blackstone I have. Yay, more gold. Always freezes within seconds of joining, so you can only hear what I'm doing. Why does it do that? Okay, so I'm curious. If you click on the gear, video settings gear, there should be a quality option as part of that. I'm curious if you're on source or one of the transcodes. And if you're on a transcode, which transcode are you on? Or is it mobile where you can't actually see any of that? It's on auto. So auto should theoretically push towards source. And source should be 1080p at 60, I think. You know, that's a setting that I need to make sure that I get set up in new OBS properly as well. It's doing auto for the max video tracks. It's also set... Why is it set... I thought I had that set to a specific. So what I'm curious on, and this is something you'd probably have to find out from others, is what their... if they're doing the advanced broadcasting where they're... or enhanced broadcasting where they're doing... providing their own transcodes. I doubt D-Pain is, but I don't know... Yeah, I wouldn't know who else in your regulars list would be doing enhanced broadcast. Because it's not a... It is extra settings and is not the common, normal default. It's basically a way that I can guarantee that I have transcodes available. What if you change... actually, I don't even know what sources... what transcodes are currently available. What is it actually sending for transcodes right now? Let's see here. Mute this. Quality. I'm curious if one of the, like the 720 by 60 or 720 at 60, if that one would work. Theoretically, it should. I mean, theoretically, any of them should, but I'm curious. And it's weird that that for whatever reason, it just doesn't like you on, like my stream on your mobile. It's just weird. Let's see. What other stuff? This has a lot more to go. Alright, we got lots of steam again. Get to squishing. Yeah, I need to... Huh. So for whatever reason, it doesn't like the source the primary transcode output, which is really weird. I mean, that's technically the highest bandwidth one, so I mean, there is that. Huh. Don't know. Don't know why it would have issues with it. But at least it worked. Let's see. So we got about 15 or so minutes to go. Yeah, at least it's watchable. I will not be even the slightest bit surprised if when I change streaming PCs... hello, headphones, why are we cutting out? When I switch streaming PCs... Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I mean that's the transcode settings that it's the same transcode settings I saw when I looked at it. So at least that's consistent. VS Code. Llama Boy needs another custom command. Just running the price up for everyone. Let's see. Hello, why are we... What is going on? What is going on here? New commands. Paste. Complete all. Done. Okay, so this is done. This can go in. Now these all go to make rods. We'll toss that in there. And we're getting close on gold. Still need a little bit, but we're getting close. Once these are done, I can make the brass casings. I guess I can start making brass casings now. We have those. Brass plates. And I need treated planks. So go here. Corners. Middles. Do. Corners. Middles. And we just repeat this a whole bunch of times. It is... there's a couple of ways that it can be automated. The way that I think makes the most sense is using packagers and unpackagers, which, as far as I understand it, requires the factory links to be able to fully automate it. But I don't know when we actually get access to that technology for sure. I know we're still a little ways away. That. I could also trim the size of it down a little bit. For doing the 3x3 recipes like this one, to make that a little bit easier, but then I have to be reconfiguring it all the time, and that's just as annoying. Last batch for this part. So that part's done. So it can go in here to be ready for the next phase when we get enough gold. So let's see. Yeah, I think we're... Oh, I need to make the... There should be 112. 112 batches. Okay, so I apparently had one extra plate. That's fine. Okay, so the iron components are almost done. The brass components are done. we're down to just the gold being left. Which is just a bunch of cycling these resources. 5 more stacks of gravel. Let's see. That can go in. All right. Select the pebbles. Hit the correct button to stack them up. Six more gravel in the box. The good news is that we'll definitely have the gold that we need in order to make the refined meshes. Ultimately, the refined meshes is what we're working on. We'll definitely have that available for tomorrow. I don't think we have enough. We're not going to have it tonight. And even if we did get it in the next couple of batches of stuff, we don't have time to actually process it tonight. Unless I just say, hey Payne, sorry, other things came up. I have to keep playing Minecraft. Which would be funny, but probably not go over particularly great with the rest of the group. It would be funny. And I could probably get away with it once. For the lulz. Blackstone first. Get the more magnetite. Because magnetite's the best for gold for us right now. Let's see, there we go. This song is so good. I mean, Dire Straits is really good in anyway, but this song is really good. Okay, so if I have that, 18 gold. I think even if I don't have that one plate, it's still 18 gold regardless. I guess I could make these into double plates. The double plates are poke, then a squish. Wrench. There's one of the squishies. Is it over? Did I leave them over here? I should have another poker. There's the other poker. Let's put a barrel here. for extra components when we're not using them. Okay, this is all of the bolts. Make the screws. Alright, so double plate. Just double check here. Poke a plate and then press it. We'll split the gold that we have. We have 22 double gold plates towards the 28. I wonder if I were to expand this belt one extra tile, because I need 5 spots for most of the processes. So if I expand it one more tile, and then use a bronze funnel filtered. Let's see if we can really quickly grab some of these. Make a filter. Spec data. Only match with the durability, enchantments, all other attributes. Ignore that. So if I were to have this with double gold plate as a filter to a brass filter, or brass funnel, whatever, feeding into a pipe that goes back to the beginning. Stall with hydrates in a Sherma. What are you trying to stall me so I don't get this particular concept thought out? I can't make it tonight because it takes too long to make the brass funnel. Although I could. Let's do this. Let's make another filter. Let's make another filter. We're going to take one of these. One of these. I need to be up there. Be quiet and boring when I finish. I mean, these are plans that have been there for a while. We're going to put both things on the filter, so we're going to be trashing saplings for a while. We're going to borrow this. Let's see. Do I have... I guess for the moment, as a test case here, this will be a test case only, because reasons. Okay, so if I extend this further, we have that. Oh, I need to extend it 2 more. This is probably too far, but it is whatever. So we have a box here. This is the default. Awoo! Oh, yeah, that's definitely that responsible. This here will have a box for the time being. This will go here with this filter, which, let's see. I think that's the right item, but I'm not entirely sure. I know the incomplete rotor would definitely be one that would go on here. That did not get pulled into... Oh, that's because I have this the wrong way. Okay, so that sucked it over there. I need to figure out a better way of doing power for all of this mess than having this belt connecting stuff. I don't know how better to do it, though. But that's something else that I would like to do, is not have this in the way. But what I'll do, with this setup, what I can do is have this, instead of pointing into a box, have it pointing into a pipe that goes over and feeds it back into this box. Do you get Uber Eats wearing your Pikachu hoodie, or you suggest that the Pikachu hoodie is not normal clothing, and I feel like that is an incorrect statement. That feels like a completely normal clothing option. Tin. Small tin item pipes. So poke and press. Press, poke, press is the pattern I want for this. Press, press, poke. Blanket hoodie. How are you still alive? Is the better question related to that. Isn't it like 2 million degrees down there? Okay, so I would like... that. Currently 14.4. Well, that doesn't sound very Australia at all. Okay, so now, because of this belt, and to provide more visibility to what I'm working on, okay. Ah, I see. Cool. The repeater is ready. If something isn't already in here, it will just get dropped into this box. Then I can fix the filter for the next time that's made. I guess I could also have made this filter to exclude the things I want to have go into the other box, but I think this is a better option. And now I have 8 more little pipes to do other stuff, like connect this. Let's disconnect this because we're full on steam again. And then I think it's time we wrap things up, so I can get a couple of things wrapped up before we go to record. That's looking good. Can't get a peek at that one at the moment from that angle. We're still ever so slightly shy on tree production over here. Oh, well, that's interesting. I did not anticipate that. Did not anticipate that. Cool. Well, that may provide enough already with that little extra. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, let's hit this button before I get distracted and end up late for doing the stuff we're supposed to be doing. Let's see. Let's see here. You know what? Let's go say hi to System Chalk again. System Chalk is good people. He's doing some Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop. A game that I've been considering picking up and just haven't gotten around to yet. We should be doing more of this tomorrow. I should have plenty of gold by tomorrow so that we can actually make these things and get some good meshes going and drastically upgrade our resource production, I hope. At least that's the goal of this whole thing. So, yeah. On that note, have a good night all. Laters!